And we are live, and my forehead is on fire! Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday. Yeah, I know we got storms in the area, so be careful out there. But it's still a beautiful Saturday because we are live. You are listening to us in Georgia, in North Carolina, in South Carolina. You're taking us along with you while you're on your way to wherever you're going, coming back from wherever you went. Or if you're going hither, thither, and yon, because saying hither, thither, and yon is always a fun thing. And I'm going to say it as much as I can, unless LexCorp says, stop saying thither, which he might say, stop saying thither. He could do that. It's a great show today. It's going to be a great show. I know we normally have a great show, but today is that show, I believe, because last minute problems, and we're working around those problems. And so I'm going to have to do something that I normally wouldn't do on the air and say, turn that up. The headphones, just a little bit. So we're having a little bit of a headphone problem, and I'm having to plug into the same jack as Odie.
Yep.
Say hello, Odie.
Hello, Odie.
There is Odie, and if this is your first time tuning in, I don't know where you've been, but I'm glad you're here. And Odie just started here at the building recently. He was on the Pulse last week. He's on there again today.
I must have done something right to come back.
You did.
Okay.
You did an awesome job. And also, Cameron is here.
Hi-ho.
And Matthew is not, because Matthew was out covering the rally today, and he got worn out. So he is unable to be here, and traffic, I guess, was kind of fun and things like that. So
yeah, I can imagine.
So 2 weeks in a row, no Matthew, but that's okay. He's here in spirit. All right.
He is. No, he is. He's, I mean, there's an open spot right there.
Yeah, he'll be. Don't be surprised if you don't see him commenting on the stream, which you can do, by the way. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Let me tell you all the places you can get us at. On Facebook at 989 WORD, and at the Upstate Pulse, and at Lonzo and Word. On Twitter, 989 WORD, and Lonzo on Word, and on YouTube and Twitch at the Upstate Pulse. And you can text us at 71307. Here are some of the things we're going to talk about today. Cameron and I went to see the latest Indiana Jones movie. We're going to talk about it without spoiling. We will be talking about Witcher Season 3, Episode 1 without spoiling. We will be talking about Secret Invasion, and we're spoiling the crap out of it. So, I mean,
the crap will be spoiled.
Episode 1 and 2. So if you haven't seen it, sorry. We'll give you some warning. And we talked about The Flash when we went to see it, but we never talked about The Flash with spoilers. So we're gonna tell you why people hate it and why some people love it. We also going to give you the results of Money in the Bank, which just ended like about 10 minutes ago, and it was a great premium live event. It absolutely was.
You're just gonna like slip your voice down to that.
What?
Premium live?
Well, because when you put premium in there, you've got to go.
That's a different energy
premium,
as opposed to pay-per-view.
Normally, I would go with a British accent, but I can't do that anymore.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't, dude.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going to sit here and go dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah, well,
look,
you could do that.
Here's the thing. I mean, he might do it better than all of us, but dadgummit, we can still do it.
He has an unfair advantage.
Do you see, the thing is, do I put my heart and soul into it? Probably not, because it's the British accent.
But exactly. That would be a lack of heart and soul.
Well, just like with me, with daggum Southern accent, it just comes so natural. Because
it just comes to open the mouth and out it comes.
It does, because my mommy, she's from KY, Kentucky. So is my aunts, my uncles, my papa, my mama. They all from Kentucky. So that's why it's yes, Viper. There is a new bloke. Is bloke a bad word?
No, it's a guy, dude.
It's just a guy. Okay,
that guy there.
So.
Oh yeah, that bloke.
If you call someone bloke, is that friendly or is it just I don't know that guy?
Is it more of a neutral term?
Yeah, it's a neutral term. It's like, see that dude over there in the corner, or that guy rocking out, or that. If it was in Ireland, you could say sham. Like, he's a bit of a, how are you, sham? Are you all right? Same kind of thing.
So a sham here is like fake.
Yeah, because you can be a sham, but
so that's exactly what a sham is. It's like a loser.
No, it's like how are you, sham? It's like if you don't know somebody's name. Like if I can't remember someone's name, it's all right, sham. How's it going?
I'm just imagining there's a whole bunch of facsimiles of people over in Ireland, and I'm very confused.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he can be telling us stuff, and then we'll walk up and say that to someone, get punched in the face.
Yes. Right in the face. He can be completely lying to us, and we have no idea.
No, you see, I'm not going to say it online because LexCorp give out, so we can't say that. But no, you can say, sham. Sham is a fine word.
Oh, we already did. Scott, I believe it should have gotten uploaded last week, so it will get uploaded this week. Don't worry, we'll take care of the podcast. I'm sorry that I'm lazy.
No, it was there. The first hour was definitely there. The new guy messed up and may not have finished the second hour.
Well, we'll get that second hour up tonight too, because we'll stick around and make sure that everything's good. Some people get in a hurry to get out of here, and I don't know who that would be. We are going to talk some video games, and we're going to talk about the riots in France, and there's a reason why. I'll let you know why later, and some stuff in the Nerd Roundtable, including something AI wise that I'm okay with. I know you probably are like, okay, Lonzo, are you being turned? No, if I was being, I'm turned all the time, but I'm not being turned. So no, but I'll tell you why. Yeah. Because it's Saturday night. I got lights in my car. I'm gonna be turned later on my way home.
We should just do nothing but rave music on the way
we could
home.
do that and make that thing. By the way, I put some LEDs in my car, which I got for Christmas a couple years ago, and I never could make myself do it because they have to stick. Yeah. And I didn't want to do that, but I've had the car for like 5 years now. It's like, okay, it's probably going to be on the downside pretty soon. So let me put the LEDs in there and see what this thing does. And man, it's cool, but you cannot drive with those on.
No,
it's very distracting. I got some good news on the way home from seeing Indiana Jones, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. The good news that I got.
That's like a double layer of hype. That was a good night.
Yeah. And so we have to drive down this road that takes 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how fast you're driving. And it's nothing but cow pastures. And so we just turned on the LED lights and let it go. I had to find something with a beat. But yeah, so mostly I found out last Saturday night, going with a solid light on the inside is a good way to go, because you don't want to go pretty lights because they could be police lights. You don't want that to happen. Yes, Viper, how fast and furious of me. Well, it's not on the outside though. It's not on the outside. That comes next. I mean, that's just going to happen eventually.
We're lacking Daisy Duke women.
Yes. Yes, we are. That would not go over well.
I feel like I'm always lacking Daisy Duke women.
Yeah, well, you still should shoot for the stars. Speaking of the stars, because I'm very good at transitioning, I want to talk about something called the Star Awards. Now, you guys know that I've listened to the show for the over 8 years that we're on. If I'm not in the hospital, which has only happened once,
let's just leave it at once.
I am here every Saturday because I love this show and I have a lot of fun, but there is one Saturday a year that I usually miss. And last year I didn't get to miss it, but this year I will. We haven't decided what we're going to do yet on that Saturday. We may record the show. We may have a guest host. I don't know.
Maybe the Pappy take over.
Yeah, you never know. No, that's never happened.
The last show that's ever done.
I could round up about 75 leprechauns and we'll all come in here and do the show.
Daggum right, let's do it.
I don't know if we have enough microphones for that. I know we don't have enough headphone jacks at work, but so
we'll just rotate leprechauns.
Well,
every 5 minutes I kick one out the door. Go like, next one.
I'm guessing the leprechauns are not like from the horror movie, so their head's probably not as big.
Leprechaun.
Yeah, probably not as big as Willow.
I wish we had Willow.
That's who that was. It was Willow.
It was. Or what was the guy? He was in Harry Pothead as well.
He was. Yeah, he was one of the goblins.
He was.
Yeah.
He's also one of the professors.
He was a teacher as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yes, and he also was Widget or Wicket. I can't remember one of the
Wicket.
One of the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Ewoks.
He was.
Yeah.
So every year, the South Carolina Broadcasters Association puts out something called the Star Awards, and it's an award ceremony for the best in the state for radio and for TV. And I had a streak going. It was like an Undertaker streak. I had the Undertaker streak going, and then stinking Brock Lesnar got me last year.
You got Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I got Brock Lesnar last year, but that's okay because I'm back. We're back, should I say. WORD did very well on the South Carolina Broadcasters Association Star Wars. I'm just going to say Star Wars from now on. I just, want to see how fast I can talk. We did pretty well.
Star Wars.
Tara has been nominated again because she normally is. Charlie James has been nominated. And actually Rob Jones in the news department nominated for Reporter of the Year, which is awesome. And here's how it works. If you make it to the 2 slots, you get hardware. So you get it's Star Awards. I'm sorry, Tones.
I love that Odie picked up on it. Tones picked up on it.
Yeah.
I always hear you say Star Wars.
Because I'm talking really fast because I'm excited. Okay. If I
it sounds like you're going to Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's excited.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So the Star Awards, it's like an award show you see on TV, like the Oscars, the Emmys, the Grammys. It's like that. Everybody's in a room and they play a little clip from each of the award winners because you either win an award or you get the merit award. So if you're on the list, you won something. So
that's good.
So we've already won something. And as you can guess, one trophy's bigger than the other. So you want to get the bigger trophy. But at least you're not coming out of there empty-handed unless you're a producer. I'll get to that in a moment. But anyway, I'm never going to sugarcoat that because I think the South Carolina Broadcasters Association should do something about that. But anyway, so what happens is you get nominated and everyone puts their submissions in, they vote on them, and then someone wins and a bunch of people are left out. But not only did Tara get is Tara going to win an award? Charlie's got an award. Rob Jones has got an award, but the Rob Brown Show was also nominated, which I am on 9 to noon, Monday through Friday on his sister station.
Just to double check, Rob is on the Rob Brown show.
Rob Brown is on the Rob Brown Show. I know it's amazing. It's just, I can't.
It's weird how the word is
and I've been on that show for 3 years and I still ain't figured out how they came up with that. But they did. Think tanks, people way above us.
A lot of money in those.
Yeah, that's how they come up with that. So, and not only that, and Rob's been on the show before. You guys want to see him on that wall. We want to see him on that wall. Someday he's facing that wall. And no, I'm not going to cheat to make it happen. One of us has to beat him. It
needs to happen.
No, actually, we all have to beat him. That's the only way he makes it on the wall.
It's just a group beat down.
Yeah, eventually Rob Brown is going to be on the Nerf wall. But anyway, so Rob also is up for Sports Broadcaster of the Year, which is really cool. It's really cool. But the guy's going up against his won 12 years in a row. Why not this year? I mean, why not this year? That's what I keep telling him. Why not this year? So every year they have themes at the Star Awards. I have went in a Hawaiian shirt, got pulled over by the cops that time.
I bet that was fun.
Yeah, I was wearing that Brett Michaels hat too, with my hair down. So, and Chris Evans was with me, and he said I got smart with the cop. I did not. The cop.
Did you though?
No,
just a little.
No,
bit.
I did not. Let's face it. My normal delivery is kind of snarky.
You're pretty dead.
I can't help it.
No,
that's just who I am. And if I'm trying to be cordial and saying yes sir and all that kind of stuff, it sounds like I'm being a smart aleck because I am. But you are what you are, and I cannot hide that. But he had pulled someone over, and there was an open lane, and I could have gotten over, but he was in his car, so I didn't get over. I stayed in the right lane. And he said, according to South Carolina state law, if an officer is pulled on the side of the road, you need to get into the other lane. Was not aware of that.
Okay.
And
ain't from around Age Park.
He said he could have given me a ticket, which he did. He was eyeballing me and Chris because of how we were dressed. And but luckily, I mean, not luckily, if you checked the car, I wouldn't have found anything anyway.
Yeah.
But still, so he let us go. So we did that. Another time, the theme was Kentucky Derby, in which case I was wearing suspenders, purple.
You had a horse with you?
I rode one rather.
Okay.
And I got a nickname of Amish Mafia after that.
Okay.
Because of the hat and everything. And it was pretty good. And
did you shave the mustache?
I did not.
Churning butter, dropping fools.
I am a character actor, but I'm not that. I can't do.
You're not that method.
Yeah, I could. Although when I moved here, I had that. I had the chin strap.
Just the Amish strap.
Yeah, I did. And then another time,
raise a few barns
because I've been there. Yeah, Thank you, Weird Al. So been there. So it's a best concert we ever went to. Yeah.
I've never seen him live. But
Oh,
I
he's
really want to.
fantastic.
It's amazing.
live.
It's amazing. He was in Simpsonville. So then one night in Paris, and Chris and I were talking about this. No, don't do that.
Oh,
not that one.
not the Paris. The other Paris.
No. The place in France.
That's what I was doing. I was doing the ho.
Oh, okay. All
That's
right.
how all French people talk. That's all they say all day long is ho, sacre bleu,
Okay. All right.
allez les fluides.
Or my favorite French saying, je ne sais pas, which means I don't know. Anyway,
What does it mean?
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah, but what does it mean?
exactly.
Okay.
So it was a night in Paris, and I looked at Chris Evans and said, "We're going as mimes, and here's what we're going to do. We're going as mimes," and we had discussion back and forth. So the goal was without I don't know if it was ever spoken, but the goal was to see who would crack first. If we can make it through the entire night, including which Chris ordered a drink as a mime without saying anything. But our goal was to sit next to on either side of our vice president, Steve Sinacrapi.
And not talk to him.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we did that.
Okay.
And he looked at us and was like, "You're not going to say anything all night, are you?" We just looked and smiled. He knew exactly, because he's been in radio a long time and he knows me. And yes, that was my idea. And I'm proud
That
of
is
it.
my
did
favorite.
Did you have like the
Oh, yeah,
stripy?
yeah. I'll show you
and
pictures later.
the
Oh, it was
white
amazing.
face paint.
Yeah.
and
Now Chris was a better looking mime than me. I was a combination of a
look
a
like-
Joker thug
Oh yeah.
and Sting.
You look like
From
Bonk
the
a
wrestler.
little
I got it.
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Batman Beyond a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
I will also say you could have also very easily have been a C tier wrestler
I could have.
with
Yes.
with the mime gimmick.
Yeah. So we did that. So this year, the theme is hoedown, and
Hard dog. We'll have a hold on.
yes. So I'm going to have to buy a cowboy hat, and I'm thinking either duster or a poncho. So I've got a month to put together the gear. I would also like a large belt buckle. I don't know if they sell those anymore.
No, they do. You can get them.
Okay. So I don't want to spend too much money because I usually spend like $100 on an outfit that I only wear once. And
you're not going to get a cowboy hat. and a
oh no,
belt
I
buckle.
found some cheap ones.
Oh, okay.
Some hats.
Okay.
I'm not, here's my goal. You can go ahead and play the music because we need to go to break. I thought about doing, and some of you guys will get this, going with the Kurt Angle little hat.
Oh, the tiny wheel.
It's
think
a
I
tiny
remember,
little
yeah.
hat. I thought about going with that, but Tim Snow won't do it with me. I've been trying to get. He's like, "No, I ain't doing that." I was like, "Come on, Tim.
Now here's the thing.
It will show off your beautiful hair. Why not do it? It probably won't stick on the dreads though."
Probably not.
All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk some Indiana Jones. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Would you technically be representing Rob's hat?
Oh yeah, we already talked about Rob's hat, but Chris said that Rob's hat is playing Irmo. So we're playing Irmo because we're not big enough to play Columbia yet. And he's
Mhm.
right. So Rob's hat will be live and in concert in Irmo.
As long
And
as
then
we're
we're
not
gonna-
playing Iva.
Yeah, then we're good. Yeah. The flies. Okay. So then we're going to look at that. My forehead got less shiny.
Hello.
Yeah, it works for me.
Fancy meeting you
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that kind of hoedown, not the one you were thinking of, Chris.
Oh, that kind of hoedown.
That kind of hoedown.
A lady has fallen. No, not that. Not that.
Excuse me, we got a hoedown.
We're going to get, and we're going to tie her down.
Now, I don't know if this is going to happen depending on how things go, but I think we may have to go to karaoke country bar afterwards because Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show absolutely hates karaoke.
Mm.
And if I'm going to be wearing a cowboy hat, I say we go to a karaoke cowboy bar in Columbia,
You have to.
and I'm going to
record
sing
this.
some country.
You have to record this for the show. That would be amazing.
I got a few texts in, so we can go to them when we get
Okay.
back.
I just thought of that, by the way.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I know. It's just
Je ne
it
suis
immediately got
quiet
cooler in here
means-
when that light went out. I don't know why.
Undefendable. We don't care what French words mean.
All I know is in French class in college, everyone was saying je ne sais pas, and they got was allowed to leave the class because
Okay.
I tested way too high into the thing,
Okay.
and they spoke zero English. And it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do
But you
this.
go to France and you try to speak French, and they just look at you and go, "Oh, Americans." You go to Germany and you speak a little bit of German, like Guten Morgen, like, oh, you speak very good. Yes, very good. Thank you very much. So I love about the German. I love the German people. I like French people as well, but the Germans, yeah.
I was about to say I took German in high school and in college. The very first German class I had, he spoke no English.
Who?
The teacher.
Yeah, you
Oh,
He
yeah.
he had the I don't know why I pointed you. The very first day he was like, now the rest of this class is going to be in German, and I'm just like, okay.
Guten Morgen. We are going to be speaking Deutsch. The first bit of German I learned was what was it? Guten Tag. My name is Odi, und ich habe kleine Deutsch.
Here's the
Wir
thing.
sprechen slowly.
There are either two modes for German. Either
You've got the German, and you have the German.
exactly. It's
There's
either
only
really
the two.
aggressive or really flamboyant.
You've only got the two.
There are only two modes for German for
Yes.
dudes. I
There
don't
is-
know if there's any like
There is
difference.
the very friendly German who talks like this and wants to see you
Oh
in
yeah,
all the
hello.
ways possible. And there is the German whose orders must be obeyed at all times.
By the way,
I don't know why you turned into a Muppet with that, but that's
we enjoy all the German listeners out there since BMW is in the area, and we got a lot of people who speak German out there. So
Yeah, but Germans have a great sense of humor, so it's all good.
okay, well, I just throwing out my appreciation. That's all.
I
Covering
enjoyed it.
bases
I
and that sort
enjoyed
of
it.
thing.
we just look outside. We're just getting picketed by the Germans.
Do what?
He's
making-
making stuff.
I was
up.
making a
It's- yeah,
joke.
this is
There's not actually a
it's-
whole bunch of
yeah,
angry
it's-
Germans out there.
I done
there's
a stand-up gig in Germany once. That was the weirdest. That was the strangest
Were you
thing.
doing stand up in German?
No, in English. All Germans. We can talk about it on here. It's actually a good story.
All right. Okay.
All right, 10 seconds.
It doesn't lie within the statute of limitations, does it?
No, it really doesn't. It's good.
Turn Fox down. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Alonzo, Cameron, and Odie here. And I will tell you, for those who are wanting something to happen right now, it's not going to. It gets a 2-show grace period. So Odie will not be noobed yet.
What did I get new? Oh, I left
Yes,
Fox.
yes. But next week, though, it's on.
Oh, yeah, it's all on.
next week, it's on. I get a 2-show grace
game.
period. So there we go. So we were talking during the break, which the show continues during the break on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Make sure you check that out. Also, you can text us at 71307. Before you tell your story,
Yeah.
we have some texts.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So, Lonzo thought the law was changed at basically what he's saying is that you don't have to go into the hard shoulder anymore, or you don't have to go into the other side when there's a cop there. I'm not too sure.
Well,
about that.
the cop didn't agree.
The cop didn't agree.
He was not in the best of moods either. So I mean, you could tell when someone's not in a good. He could have just been a punk. For the most police that I have dealt with, especially here, are really good people. And this guy was, I think he was just having a bad day. And I come across as, and who knows, maybe he was a Clemson fan.
could have been. It could have been.
And they don't like me very much.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
We have another text here. It says, as great as Offside and the Rob Brown show is, the Upstate Pulse is my favorite show. So thank you for that, Trey. We'd love to hear that.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Trey. We do. Oh, Matt wants us to do top 10 first-person shooter games of all time. We got to wait till Tim Snow is here for that.
Yeah, I think so.
Tim is over because Tim is our first-person shooter guy.
Considering his handle is Headshot Tim. On
Yeah,
most of his
yeah.
stuff.
I don't know how accurate that is because I've watched some of the gameplay.
He's missed some headshots.
Yeah, he's missed. I mean, you can't call yourself Headshot Tim without getting all the headshots.
Now the question is it a want or is it a statement of he gets headshots?
Yeah, well, yeah,
It could just be he wants to get headshots.
No, it's a goal. Maybe
His
the name
goal
is
is
a
to
goal.
get headshots?
Yeah. That could be what it is. All right, so we were talking.
Or maybe headshots isn't like camera.
Well, it could be. Well, he's got a camera, so that's a good point. So during the break, we were talking about a bunch of stuff, and then Odie mentions that he did stand up in Germany.
Yeah, I've done stand-up comedy pretty much everywhere. Obviously, Ireland, England, London. I've played in New York. I've played in LA.
All right, so let me just point out it's not obvious.
No,
you
I
said
know.
obviously, so I mean,
Well, okay, then theoretically.
Okay, all right.
But I did play in Berlin. I played a gig in Berlin one night. That was the most surreal comedy gig I've ever played because there was German comics on before me, and most of them do their set in English, because if you ask a German person, do you speak English, and they go, no, I do not speak very much English, and they've got better English than any of us put together. And there was one German comic who got up and he says, there was a farmer on a field and he had his friend with him and he had a rifle and he aimed the rifle at a rabbit and he missed the rabbit with the first shot, and the second shot he missed the rabbit, and then he said, I do not need to shoot it, the rabbit is already dead. I'm like, what? And the entire place laughed so hard. It was the German engineering kind of it. He missed on the left with the first shot, missed on the right with the second shot. Rabbit was as good as dead because he would have corrected his aim on. I had to get another comedian to explain that joke to me because the entire place fell around laughing. And when I got up, I was telling my jokes, doing a few bits and pieces. I thought I was bombing. There was no laughter, none whatsoever. As soon as I said, oh, like after my 15, 20 minutes was up, I was like, okay, thanks very much. I'm Odie. You've been an audience. The entire place erupted. They don't laugh when you're telling the jokes.
Ah, okay.
They're being respectful? Is
Yes.
that right? Okay, all right.
Like it was an underground comedy club. It was dark and dingy and kind of the place where, I won't say sleazy kind of a place, but it kind of was. And I was expecting
It's a bit of a dive.
It's a dive. And I was expecting the crowd to just be crazy and nuts. But they're like, no, we will not laugh when the comedian is on stage doing what he is doing. We will laugh when he is finished. It is the best way to
We
do
will
it.
be
That's it.
very
Thank you.
orderly with our applause und laughter.
Yeah, and when the laughter is, when the jokes are funny and finished, we will do all the laughing. And then we
will
have the
hold
next,
it all in.
we will have the
We
next
will put
comedian.
it in the gas pocket. As if we will all release it all at once.
All at once, and then the laughing will happen, and then the laughing will finish at the appropriate time.
All right, so that's got to be a problem because just like any live sort of thing, you feed off of audience
Yes, you
participation.
do.
So what happens if someone does bomb? So there's just silence at the end, and they walk off the stage, and that's how they
You
know.
won't know until the end with the
Until
Germans.
the very end. Put your hands together for Alonso. Wasn't he fantastic?
Yeah,
and then
it's
crickets.
Yeah,
it's
crickets.
just like,
No, it's,
Oh no.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the most surreal experience I've ever had. And then when I started doing comedy here in South Carolina, in Greenville, there's a few different spots. I was told by a few of the audience members, we didn't understand a word you said, son. I was like, oh, you talk too fast. You got to slow down. I was like, oh, sorry about that. So I thought I was bombing, but they just couldn't understand me. And I think they weren't expecting an Irish guy to stand up on the stage in the middle of Greenville. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I
You got to go with the Stephen Wright approach.
Go on.
I'll probably
Do you know who Stephen Wright is?
No.
He's an American comedian.
Okay.
You should look him up and see his approach. It's very like
Slow and deadpan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought powdered water, but I don't know what to add. It's very thought provoking, but that is one of his jokes, by the way. But he's slow and I've only seen a couple stand up comedians in live and not on TV, and he's one of the ones that I went to see, and but that's the kind of delivery and slowness that you probably need for some people to get.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah,
possibly.
I mean, I had a problem, and I still do, of talking too fast.
Mhm.
And but I don't talk nearly as fast as all my people back in Ohio. They talk really, really,
it's
really
a
fast.
Midwestern thing. I mean,
I
we
think it
speak
is.
pretty fast.
Yeah, well, we talk very fast in Ireland. Very fast.
I'm sure you're slowing it down for us right now. Because
Yeah.
you've lived here for
6
for a bit,
years,
so
yeah.
It's slowing you down a little.
Yeah, well, my wife can understand me when I speak at my normal cadence, but other people, they're just like, Odie, slow down, man. So I have to.
I haven't talked to enough people back home to find out if I still can follow their speed, but I think I can.
A lot of people back home say my accent is it's reducing. My Irish accent is getting smaller, and and when I say y'all to them, they're like, "You're Irish, don't say y'all." I'm like, I'm living here for 6
What
years.
is the Irish equivalent?
Ye.
It's ye.
Ye.
Oh, I like that better. I like that better. What up, ye? Yeah, that's sounds a lot like the usage.
What's up, E?
Yeah, but we don't say it like that because that's an
It's
American.
either
way
you're
of saying it.
addressing a group of people in Ireland, or
You
you're
just
talking
walk-
to Kanye.
You walk into the room and you go, "How are you?" And he crack. That's
It's-
and we need to.
that's yeah, not ye. That's a different
it's
thing.
The
You
ye
said
and
ye.
yeah,
It's
yeah, ye.
So you don't say, well, how are ye?
And how are you? How are you? What's the crack?
It's
How are
yeah,
you?
it's yeah. What's the crack?
Yeah, what's the crack?
All right, we're gonna take a break while we figure out what the crack is.
We can tell you what the crack is when we come
Yes,
back.
we can do, or we can tell you during the break.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are listening to the Upstate Pulse, right? We're gonna get to the Indiana Jones thing. I know I do that thing where I, tease and never get to it. It's Odie's fault. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
How was it my fault?
So I am, I don't want to say famous, infamous maybe, for teasing something for an entire show and not getting to it, which is probably not on purpose.
Probably not.
Probably not on purpose. When your show is run by the pirate code,
Yar.
I mean, that's it's more of a guideline.
I don't know if I can do my pirate.
Oh, you worried now? Do it. Do it. You said you didn't care. You said you would not be intimidated.
I don't care. He can't talk proper anyway.
Well, I'd imagine that he wouldn't be able to.
I'll give you that.
Is it all right?
I'll give you that.
It's not supposed to be like the best.
Like at the end of the day, it's night.
It's more of a, that's true. That
Indeed,
very
it
true.
is
It's-
night at the end of the day.
He's more going for a Barbosa kind of feel to it. So, I mean.
Yeah, you be coming up here telling me what to do and where to go, who to see and what to have.
Doesn't really. It's really got the Irish pirate going on. I do like what Viper said, as Jeremy Clarkson said, the Germans were perfection isn't quite good enough.
Well,
See, when I
they've
think
been
of
quite
German,
behind for a while.
When I think of German, I think, and now it's time in sprockets when we prefer to dance.
I have a lot to make up for.
Did you watch Top Gear when Jeremy Clarkson was on it years ago?
I did not.
So they done a bit where they had to make an ad for Volkswagen. And Jeremy Clarkson's ad, it had loads of people running around and chaos happening and oh no, and screaming and running away and doing all this kind of stuff. And then the tagline came up. It had a Volkswagen, like a nice little Volkswagen Passat or something. And it said, Volkswagen, all the way from Berlin to Warsaw with one tank. Because a tank of gas. And I was like, oh
Guys!
no, don't do
You can't do that.
But he did it. And it was the funniest thing ever.
I mean, it's funny. It's wrong. It's crap.
Yeah.
I disavow understanding anything that was just said.
It's like the Faulty Towers thing. Don't talk about the war. We didn't. You started it. No, you did. You invaded Poland.
It's like, I'm sorry, you guys are doing that whole revisionist history thing.
Ah,
That
okay.
was all you guys.
Speaking of all that, when we come back, we're going to talk about Indiana Jones and Nazis
yeah.
There you go.
because it was a good segue.
Eh.
But anyway, that voice is the voice I use for my character in the D&D show. For
Ah,
He
context.
did. Now you just ruined it for everybody.
No,
So,
no, I'm still
Round up.
using it
okay.
round up.
because I like the character.
It was such a Viper. What was a good joke?
The joke
Is he
you
the
just
one about
told, the one you just told that I don't know what
the
it meant.
Germans?
Yeah,
Okay.
that one. I will be on the show next week.
Who?
It was a joke.
Oh, that was fun. Thanks, guys. See you later.
We need to get one of those big hooks. Because it'd be kind of weird for this.
Steven, I've triple that.
Triple or double?
Triple.
I didn't realize you won that many.
There were some years where I won 3.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not one
per-
a year. I used
Yes,
to.
I know what D&D is.
Yes.
We keep almost talking.
Oh, I heard it. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse, Lonzo, Odie, Cameron. Odie's getting it all out of the way so it doesn't ever happen again because he fears the noob. Most people fear the noob. And I would tell you that I had to double noob myself last time when I had to produce and host at the same time. I did. So
It's hard. It's hard work to do the talkie and the button pushing.
it is because you're so into what you're doing and you forget, oh, I got to do this other thing. Yeah, I completely get it. And like I said, I've had to, I noobed myself in stereo, but I staggered it just enough to where people
It
don't
was
feel like
a
they
very
got
well
robbed.
done noob.
Yeah,
It was
because
worth
I'm
it.
an award-winning producer, so I can do that kind of stuff.
Even
so.
when you're admonishing yourself, you're
Yeah,
still
I mean,
flexing.
you know,
you're so modest.
I know.
Like an award-winning, just sitting there, just looking pretty and go, I'm an award-winning producer.
Well, I definitely am pretty. So let us talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. We are not going to spoil. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about some of the things that we didn't like, some of the things we did like. I will say before we went, saw some headlines. I don't usually look at the critics and what they say, but you can see the headlines and see where it's trending, and that that a lot of people don't like it. Now we'll see what the box office is, and I'm guessing they will count Monday and Tuesday in the box office numbers because July 4th. And so technically this was a July 4th weekend release. We went, Cameron and I went to see it in IMAX Thursday night, had a good time. And here's what I want to say. First of all, the de-aging, they finally got this stuff down. In my opinion, I only saw one major problem, and it was brief, and maybe I only noticed because we were in IMAX. Harrison Ford looks like Harrison Ford, and I watched a YouTube video of him doing an interview, and he said what they did is they used a bunch of old footage of him, and there's plenty of footage of him at that age, and then they put in the words that he said. He mocapped.
Well, the other thing,
he mocapped, and then they put that in there afterwards, and it was fluid. The only time that I saw a problem is he puts on a Nazi helmet because he's in disguise, and you could see a little bit around the edges. That's the only time, and I don't know that if I would have saw that in a standard theater that I would have seen that.
Okay, so when was it set? How?
It's in 1968, the year I was born.
Okay,
which
God,
is
old. Yeah.
which is wild. I am old.
Yeah.
I'm a grandpa. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah. So it was set in 1968. The moon landing had just happened.
Okay, so
but there were flashbacks.
okay,
actually, the movie. This is not. If you've seen the trailers, you know that some of it happens in the past, and so they did some flashbacks. The movie actually starts out
in the past
in Nazi Germany. Yes.
And
that sets the tone for the rest of the movie.
I was wondering about that. I wondering when it was set.
Is he old? Yes. Is he able to move like he should? He moves a lot better than someone his age should be able to move, and probably some of it was stunt doubles. From what I also read, the majority of the effects, other than a de-aging, they tried to use practical effects as much as they can. The other place that I noticed the CGI was running on a train.
He's 80.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yes.
At 80 years of age, man, I can just about get up the stairs now.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
My struggles have been
Nobody
recorded.
knows
Yes.
the struggles.
Yeah. So I got to tell you, as someone who saw all of them, this to me is probably 3 out of when I don't mean 3 out of 5. I mean, this ranks as movie number 3 as far as the 5 films goes. You got to put the first one as number 1. I would put
the first one was Lost Ark, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lost Ark first. I would put the one with his dad in it, which was the
Last Crusade.
Last Crusade as 2, and I would put this as 3. Yes, I would put this above the one with the Onam Shavai. I can't.
Temple of
Doom. Thank you for helping me with the titles. I would put it above that.
Where would you put the Crystal Skull?
Well,
in the trash can?
Beyond Blast.
Okay.
Wherever that is.
Did Shia
in the
LaBeouf,
basement.
Yeah.
Below the basement.
Did Shia LaBeouf kill that movie?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I am not I think he's one of those guys that's popular to hate. And I know he does some really stupid stuff outside of the screen.
God love him.
But when he's on the screen, he does a great job. He was excellent in Transformers. As soon as he left, Transformers was trash to me because you lost that humor that he brought with it, that nervousness, that whole thing.
Yeah, but he plays the exact same character in every film.
He didn't in Indiana Jones, though.
Ah, come on. He tried to be cool and he kind of did it. But then he went into that kind of, I can't
entertain. I can't be a part of a party to all the Shia LaBeouf hate.
No, it's not. I wouldn't say it's Shia LaBeouf hate. I just think he's very.
By the way, Shia LaBeouf is not in this film.
Okay, well, I might go see it. No, but I think he just kind of plays the same. Like it's like Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler is the really, really nice, friendly guy who just explodes and goes nuts every now and again.
Yeah, but he writes and does all his movies, so he just writes himself the same way.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know what was it? A Little Nicky? He was not that guy in that.
I like that.
Yeah, well,
I think
I never made it through
the
I didn't make it through the whole thing. Yeah, I just
see Reese Ifans is in it as well, and I like him. Like the one. Oh no, I can't say it. I was going to say the line that he says in Notting Hill. No, we'll do it off air. Yeah, that was
okay. So, but anyway, I give it like a 4.5 out of 5. And listen, I'm more generous than a lot of people are. I would say if you are an Indiana Jones fan and you feel cheated from Crystal Skull, go see this movie.
Okay.
This was a really good ending to a character in the series.
Yeah, and if everybody's like worried about them butchering Indy's character and all that stuff, I didn't see any of that. They did a good balance of keeping him very relevant in the story. It was still his story.
Mm-hmm.
It's him at 80 years old, still trying to keep up with all that stuff and doing a good job of it too.
And I don't want to hear complaints about pacing. You guys ain't 80. I mean, the pacing's a little bit slow compared to like Fast and the Furious or something like that, where there's always something happening. Sometimes it takes you a little bit to get from here to there.
It does.
Yeah.
Take your time with some stuff and enjoy it.
All right.
I think life is, we're letting life go a little too quickly. Savor some things. And I will give this a 4 out of 5.
Okay. And we don't have time to savor right now. We need to take our final break of the hour. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. I'm talking slow for the people. The voice of the Carolinas. Yo, man, you're gonna miss. Don't miss violently.
So what's my dead out for the hour?
58.50. You start playing music at 58.50. English music, and it will time right into the ID, and then that will time into Playing Up Fox.
Also, I saw earlier that someone was asking about like good. Are you asking about good FPS games, or are you talking about like just good games in general, Matt? If you're still on,
I would suggest using all your cards to buy Game Pass.
Oh yeah, so hold on. 58.50.
There's that too.
Starts with music, and then 59 is dead out.
Yeah, but it will play into that because it will go right into the ID.
Oh yeah.
So you don't have to push a button again. You will have to bring Fox up though.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget. Yeah, see, Stephen agrees with me that he is. I mean, I think he's okay. Oh, can you kill them for a second? I can just turn off utility. We're just going to turn you off for a second now because I want to find out a spoiler. Turn off utility?
Yeah, turn off utility. Or just wait a minute. I can put utility back on.
It's all on.
You put it back on?
Everything's on.
Okay. I'm going to mute this for just a second. All right, we're back.
That was really interesting. I can't believe that actually happened.
By the way.
Wow.
By the way, same here. We were
shocked and stunned.
Put it back, taken it back. We were aback.
You went yonder.
We were very back.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
I like spoilers. I don't mind them. They don't ruin the film for me. But
Diablo 4 is a really good game.
Wow,
Matt,
that's crazy.
that just came out. If you want to.
And it happened so fast. It's like nuts.
TOTK.
Wow.
Gee, I wonder what that stands for.
Talk.
That's not like a Zelda game, is it, Steven?
That's probably not.
The best game.
That's not the game of the year at this point. It's Diablo 4.
No, I don't know what that's.
TOTK. I don't know what TOTK. I actually don't know what TOTK.
Yeah, I don't either, Steven. I'm not joshing you.
I like that Stephen agrees with me. I already said that. We got a text there.
Text.
That's one.
Will
Is
it
that
be
one?
It's one that I can read. I'll say that.
Okay. All right. Because of ability or because of
Yes.
okay. All right.
Hey, he's actually wearing glasses, so
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's that. Prescriptions go bad. They do.
They do.
I'm sure mine
Yeah,
did
they
a
do,
while
They do.
ago.
Mine did.
Yeah.
once.
Mine has.
I need to put on music, but not play it. At the
Have you played Back for Blood before?
We both have.
I'm old, as I say.
And you and Raven,
Which what was it?
it
Playing
was
Black
it was
for
on Game
Blood.
Pass. We were trying to play it a good bit.
Zelda
Oh, that
Tears
one
of
where
the
okay.
Kingdom. Well,
It was
okay,
like
fair enough.
Left 4 Dead, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like made by the same people.
Yeah, I get
Left Dead 4. How do I? Oh
We
yeah.
died a lot.
We play so many games, and then we play a bunch of betas and stuff, and it
Yeah.
unless
Zombie.
it's got a big name on it.
Zombie's an alright game.
Yeah,
but
so
a
it
great
is,
song. Zombie song by the Cranberries. That's a fantastic song.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I forget who asked me to listen to Iron Man and I put that on my Spotify. Man, that was a mistake. That was so bad.
Wow, Iron Man by who?
I believe it was Cranberries. It was a remake. Yeah, it was not. It was not. It was it was so bad.
Huh.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Man, this thing goes by so quick. First hour already almost over. We got a little bit of time left. If you want to be a part of the show, hit us up on stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter at either 98.9 WORD or the Upstate Pulse. You hit either of those, good shot that we will be able to see them. We've been talking some video games on the stream, including what's the best Xbox games to buy right now. Cameron and I both think Diablo 4, but we are biased.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
We're completely biased.
Also, you can be a part of the show by texting us at 71307. I don't know. I don't have the text line up, so I don't know if we had any flacids today, but
No,
text
no
flaccid.
flacids.
You need to
You can
text some
text-
flaccid.
Text flaccid into us. We have a texter ending in 719 says, I'm going to watch Indiana Jones at IMAX. Do you think it would be better to watch the movie in a regular theater?
No, I think it'd be good either way, but it's pretty good in IMAX.
I actually like most things in IMAX.
yeah.
I don't see IMAX really detracting from.
I've never
Any
I've
movie.
never gone to IMAX.
I think the best movies like the next Mission Impossible, I think was shot in IMAX.
Yeah.
Cameras. So the ones that are and they all try to do it, but the ones that are specifically thinking this is going to be an IMAX movie, we'll go to see Mission Impossible, and I will get dizzy because I have problems with certain kinds of heights. I can climb up on a roof and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But if I go over a single lane bridge, I freak out. So,
Yeah.
but some of the stunts in there already, we see that that Ethan Hunt is going to ride his motorcycle off the side of a cliff,
Which, by the way,
in IMAX will bother me.
they apparently filmed that first in case he died.
In case he died, yes, he wanted to film that stunt in case he died so they could recast. That's what he says, and he's crazy. We know he's crazy. So I
he
mean,
is absolutely a lunatic.
yeah, but
He does great
He
stunts,
does
so.
do some really good stunts. I
Yeah.
mean, the camera doesn't have to go away because that's him on the side of the plane, and that's him riding that motorcycle off the side of a cliff. Which apparently there's a parachute involved. They don't show that in the trailer, but even if there wasn't, there would have to be a parachute because he's still alive.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as we know, it could be AI. It's possible.
I don't know, unless he had like well, even with flight suits and stuff, like you'd have to. I don't get how exactly you slow down enough to not die.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
he did it.
Oh yeah, with the wingsuits.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
wingsuits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You might actually slow down enough depending on like if you like stretch out.
well,
enough,
for a
but-
parachute to work, it's got to be really high up when you jump off. So, let's see. Steven says the last Fast and Furious with Jason Momoa. It's fun, unless I don't know if he spelled it that way on purpose.
That's the new guy,
Was
Kaysen.
yeah, Kaysen was as good as the
It's his
new
little
Indiana
brother, Jason
Jones.
Momoa.
Fight me. We didn't see it.
Fight you?
I didn't see it. And why do we got to fight, Steven?
No, we just got to hug and
We're gonna hug.
hug it out.
We are of peace always.
Indeed.
Some people may get that.
No
some people
lizards
may not.
here.
Yes.
We're just a peace-loving. Look at us. I mean, do we look like angry people? No.
We're
Yeah.
just a bunch of burly men having fun.
Yes, I was actually quoting V, but which was
We knew what you were doing.
the
We're
remake
just
of
going
V.
along with it.
Yeah. Really quick, Secret Invasion No, dude, you know I don't do that, Steven. They keep talking about the
He's
hug
calling
thing.
your
I d-
bluff.
yeah. I don't do that. Hand hugs.
Oh, I'll hug him. Oh,
And-
I will hug him.
Hand hugs.
I'll go in.
Yeah, you go. Odie's going in. I've never.
You can be
hugged-
our designated pulse
I'll do
hugger.
it. I will do it.
I can say I've only hugged 50% of the people in
half
this
the
room.
time.
All right, I'm in this room. I've only
Oh,
hugged
yeah, yeah.
50% of
Yeah.
the people in this room.
When am I getting a hug, Dad?
Although, do you count hugging yourself as a hug?
Well,
I
I can't.
mean-
no, don't say that, Odie.
Not really, because I
Yeah.
never hug myself.
See, hug yourself, love yourself, all that kind of stuff.
Well, I think of like that one episode of SpongeBob where that guy just kept making out with himself. I never got that when I was a child.
Okay, that's just weird. Let us talk Secret Invasion in the last couple of minutes that we have because in this hour. And all right, I'm going to spoil. I'm going to give you a countdown. And I'm going to spoil 3, 2, 1. Maria Hill dies in the first episode. All right,
How could you do that? Seriously, how could you do
Yeah,
that to me? No.
but dude, I do
He's
not.
done.
I don't believe
He's
she's
done.
dead. By the way, I don't
Neither
believe
do
she's
I.
dead. Because Nick Fury technically died in Captain
Soldier.
America, but he wasn't dead. I don't believe she's
They
dead.
had all this planned from the start because there are so many different elements that are being pushed in a certain way that
It's a spy series, and at the end of episode 2, Nick Fury goes home to a wife, which he has mentioned before that he has a wife,
Mhm.
and also she's a Skrull, and people don't think that he knows she's a Skrull. He does know she's a Skrull.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing: she was in the episode early on as the Skrull. She's the one that introduced the bad guy to him, and I guarantee you they raised him as a son. Guarantee you that's what happened, and that's why it's going to be so difficult, and that's why he's taking so much responsibility for it, because technically he probably raised the dude, and that's the dude who's
Yep.
doing all the killing.
Also, something to mention is that Gaia, like, they made it seem like Gaia actually double crossed them, but she's still keeping tabs on all that stuff. The only reason why she did that was to keep embedded in that cell.
Trey, dude, no, I'm not. No.
When I
That's
was
an
a
image I didn't
lonely
need.
teenager. Oh, Trey, dude, seriously? I mean,
By the way, here's the thing: we're not going to say what Trey said, but
No.
you can check it out if you
You
go to the stream.
it's naughty.
Trey is on Facebook, so if you want to
See,
check
I'm
it
not
out,
the
on
only one
Facebook-
who tiptoes on that line.
Yeah.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
If you're going to go Tiny Tim, you got to go full on Tiny Tim.
Tiptoe
All
through the tulips.
right, that's a little higher than Tiny Tim.
You asked for it, man.
I did. Also, Trey, you're still in the same vein there. So yeah. Anyway,
Still in the gutter.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
not
you
make it
still
right.
are. Coming up in the
Uh.
next hour, we are going to talk about scary movies that weren't supposed to be scary, but they scared the crap out of you as a kid. And reading the list that Odie sent to me, I realized how in tune we are.
Yes.
Which is weird. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. I tell you what, we continue during the break on the stream.
I don't even remember what I sent you on the list. I do know. Yeah, I can't.
Well, it was just one in particular that I've been talking about for years. Wait for it.
Okay.
Wait till the air.
By the way, Odie, how old are you?
42.
42. Okay.
42 and never been kissed.
It'll happen someday.
It's weird with you having a wife and all.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
She claims she likes me. Oh, crap.
It's a marriage.
Sorry,
for
you're good. At least
economics,
you remembered.
apparently.
I nearly did it.
And there we go. Yeah, we got a ton of stuff to talk about in the second hour. Witcher season 3, episode 1 just dropped. We might get to it. 'Cause there's other stuff that I would like to talk about.
We need to talk about the man crushes because I guarantee there's a lot of man crushes out there for, like, from normal straight guys. Not that, like, yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of people have a man crush on, what's your man's name? Caviezel? Is it Caviezel?
Gavel.
Cavill. Why am I thinking Caviezel? Oh, that was the Passion of the
Passion
Christ.
of
That was
Christ,
Jim
yeah.
Caviezel. There is a lot of man crushes out there on The Witcher. Good looking man.
Well, we're gonna see what happens in season 4 because Henry Cavill, this is his last season, and they're replacing him with Liam Hemsworth.
Is he kind of stepping back from all the things?
Time for him to move on to something else. Supposedly, he's been at odds with the directors and the writing team because they're not sticking to the books. But as we talked about last week, I think he's stepping away to be James Bond. But that's just me. That's
But did
just
you
me.
see? Did you see like a few big mega stars are starting to step away from stuff? Donald or Kiefer Sutherland, not Kiefer Sutherland. Oh, the guy he was Magneto in the new edifications of X-Men.
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender.
Yes.
He's kind of given up and he's going race car driving. He was driving at Le Mans at the 24-hour Le Mans race.
How'd he do?
crashed out. He crashed out. The
Oh.
last lap he crashed out.
So he didn't do well.
He didn't
Okay.
do well, but he was doing pretty darn good.
He didn't
up
hurt
until
himself,
then. No.
You think the Magneto would have an advantage in a race?
Yeah, you would think. Just
It's
but then you
a
gotta take your hand off the
movie,
wheel.
man.
It is. I thought he was a mutant.
I remember when Tony Stark was racing in Le Mans.
You know, those never go well.
But that was
racing
just
in
open wheel. Was it? What was? No, it was
I think it was Le Mans.
Tony Stark was Tony Stark was Monaco.
Monaco. Yeah,
Monaco
Ah.
Grand Prix.
I don't know all them
but it's still
fancy
open wheel
racing
racing, wasn't
tracks.
it? If I remember right.
It was supposed to be Formula One,
Okay, Formula. Okay.
but it wasn't. It was kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm a sports guy, but I'm more of a football guy. I'm aware of like most sports. Just like today when they pulled out the cricket bat in the wrestling, and I knew exactly what that was.
Why did they pull out a cricket bat?
It was a no holds barred match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
It was in England too.
but
right?
I've been hit by a cricket bat.
Did you see the
And-
hurl that I brought in?
The what?
The hurl.
I did not. That was I just can't say anything because I
Fred Flintstone effects.
I don't know what I don't want to be offensive.
What?
Oh, ooh, oh yes, yes. Cameron, what sport is this from?
Okay, I gotta get my breath back.
Professional bludgeoning.
Is this like for hockey?
I feel like that's
but
what
it's not hockey on ice.
I
I
feel
just
like
ran
that's what a
from
lot of
one-
English soldiers saw before they died.
They did. I ran from one studio to the other and back, and I am absolutely bananas.
Come on, dude. You'd be all right.
I'll be fine. I'm just fat.
Here, you wanna-
I'd like to
That is from the Irish game of hurling.
hurling.
It's the fastest field game in the world. Yeah.
So, what is
So
the
is this-
projectile that is used?
It's called a schlitter. It looks like a baseball, but it's about 4 times harder. Yep.
Yeah, I got hit with a I got hit with a cricket paddle from an all-American baseball player in fraternity. It was not pleasant.
No.
We were playing a thing called pledge bowling, and I was the ball. And so the other pledges, fraternity is so weird. So the other pledges were in a triangle, and you were the ball, and you'd have to roll into them, and they would fall on top of you.
Oh,
He hit me so hard that I rolled into the wall.
did you die?
No, there were tears in my eyes. And then he took me in another room. He's like, man, I am so sorry. He's like, I know that hurt. It's like, I can't believe you didn't make a sound when I'm just looking at him like, I'm not saying anything, but all I can think of is, man, I hate you.
Sorry
I
if I'm
just-
breathing heavy, guys.
It hurts so bad. That
Welcome
thing
to the
was-
ODA ASMR.
That thing was so, oh,
Yeah, I can
I
imagine.
mean, people don't understand how heavy those things are.
All of that kind of stuff is heavy.
Yeah, it's really heavy. So when I hear cricket, I have
You
respect.
get nervous.
Well, there's that too.
What do you see?
Would you like your hurler?
No, I'm going to bring it back into the studio again in a while,
I'm just gonna.
but I'm not going to do it now.
You sure? You got a minute? Less than a minute. Dude, go right ahead.
No.
We,
How
be-
fast you
we believe in you.
Yeah, well, I don't believe in me.
I could be behind you. It's just like faster, fast.
Come, you.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Feel like
you
I
guys
was
are,
back
are
in the
tuning
Old
in,
West
period,
again.
but shout out to Spartanburg.
Yeah.
Say yo to the mafia.
Yo.
Yo, Spartanburg Mafia.
I still believe it exists. There's the old homes there. If you see them, there cannot be and I've been in one before. You can't have houses like that and there
Is
not
there
be
like
a
old
mafia
timey
over there.
Italian
Yeah,
music playing out of there?
No, I'm not saying what I heard.
Forget about it, huh?
Yeah. If I tell you what I heard, might be problems. All right. Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Cameron, Odie here. Matthew is not here today because he was covering the Trump rally today and he is exhausted and got a little sun. So, and he told me he didn't think he was going to be here. Tim is not here because it's band related. So had to move drums or something. I don't know what it is, but probably a good shot that they'll both be back next week. Before we get into all the stuff that we're going to get into, I want to tell you about Borderlands Comics and Games, which is at 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. It's an awesome place. It really is. If you haven't been there, you need to get over there because if you've been to the old store and thought, this is really cool, the new store is 3 to 4 times bigger than the old store. And they just moved some things around last time I was in there. So they moved the pops and the statues back into the same area near the front.
Mhm.
So all the anime stuff, including the manga, it's all right there together. And more shelf space for it. And they're constantly getting in pallets upon pallets from Japan. And as soon as they have a Facebook page, check it out, Borderlands Comics and Games. They will throw up pictures of stuff they just got, and you can go, hey, I want that, and usually they'll put it back for you. They also have something called pull boxes. Pull boxes are an amazing thing if you're into comic books because they will put it on the computer, and each week or once a month, whenever that comic book that you collect, like I collect Nightwing, when it comes out, they would put it in a box for you. So if you can't get over there, the day that they come out, like in my case, DC comes out on Tuesdays. Everything else comes out on Wednesdays. If I can't get over there, I know it's going to be in my box when I get there. And that is an awesome thing if you are someone who's busy and never knows when you may have to stay late for work or come in or something like that. Also, they have vintage toys. They have vintage video games. They have action figures. They have a bunch of D&D stuff, including dice and figures and all that, everything that you need for that. And they have board games. They just threw up a picture a couple of days ago of like different kinds of Risk and Monopoly and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have all sorts of stuff back there.
They do. And if you're into like Warhammer, or if you're into some other board game like that, a Star Wars board game, they actually have gaming tables there, and they have nights where they have people come in and play games, and they also have tournaments there. So you need to check it out. Haven't had Rob on in a while. I'm going to reach out to him this week and try to get him back on because South Carolina Comic-Con Junior will be coming up in October. That'll be here before you know it. And also I'm interested in a lot of things going on with AI as far as like San Diego Comic-Con is going on. And I'm curious about what he's heard about AI as far as AI generated art in comic books. So I want to make sure that I reach out to Rob Young this week and try to get him on. If we can't get him on, who knows, maybe we'll get Dante in here. We'll try our best to get someone in here. They are our sponsor. It gives us privileges.
Yep.
To get them in. If you want to be a part of the show, text line 71307, or you can hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. The thing I want to start out with right now, Odie sent me some ideas, which I love. But there are so many, you can't get them all in one day because they're such good ideas. I'm going to stretch them out over 6 months probably because that's what you do. You find one thing and you do that. But the thing that stuck out to me was movies as a kid that were not supposed to be scary, but scared you really bad. Now there's this movie that was on the list of stuff that he sent me. And by the way, text us. What was a movie as a kid that wasn't supposed to be scary, but scared you to death? Text us or put it on the stream and we'll talk about it. The movie that stuck out to me, and I had told my kids about this.
We won't go with the scariest one first. We'll build up to it.
Well, I don't know. I got to go with this.
Okay.
Because this one was the worst one of all.
Okay.
And to me, it's Watership Down. and I noticed that was on your list. And I have been
Oh my god!
I have been telling them about this. Is like it's a cartoon about rabbits. You think, oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
little fluffy bunnies.
But they fight each other, and it is brutal, and there's blood everywhere, and it's just I'm just like watching this going. I don't know. I don't remember the age I was, but I probably shouldn't have been watching
No.
it.
Probably not.
But it was advertised as a kids movie.
It was.
It was like it came out, and it was what's the rating for kids over here is G.
G.
Yeah,
I don't know. Was it? I guess it was G. But
it was rated.
but
as
the
a G
ratings
movie.
have changed since then
Yes, they
because
have.
I forget what year that came out in. It was like 82 or 83 or something like. I'm guessing it might have been earlier than that.
Yeah, like PG rated movies like in the 80s and 70s used to be pretty risque.
1978. It came out.
Okay. All right. So I was 10 years old when it came out. And should
I wasn't even.
yeah, I should not have been watching that.
And it came out. It came out as a family. It's a PG family adventure.
Yeah.
Family adventure.
Well, there were a family of bunnies. Some of them didn't make it though.
Yeah.
Some of them
I'll
did
say
not
this.
make
I'll
it.
say this. I saw this as a grown adult, like because Dad was talking about this at one point. It's like, how bad could it be? It bothered me. It really bothered
Oh,
me,
yeah.
and I don't get.
Here's what it
I'm
does.
either so desensitized or like so like I have a healthy amount of being able to cope with things, but that bothered me
Yeah.
really bad.
It makes you look at rabbits differently.
Yep.
I mean, you can look at Monty Python and think, oh yeah, vicious rabbit, but you know that's not
It's-
real.
Yeah.
But you look at these
What do you mean
rabbits.
it's not real? It is real.
Well,
Well, the other thing
only
is
in
like how
England,
visceral
so
it
we're
is,
good.
too.
I don't
Yeah,
think
we
they've
don't have-
migrated over here
we
yet.
don't have those.
You didn't bring any with you when you came.
I'm Irish, so I wouldn't have
Yeah,
been in England
well,
anyway.
Doesn't you may have went through there to catch a plane or something, and it's one snuck into your backpack.
No, I didn't. But
I just want to point out,
He's
you know, there's a
denying it
difference
really
between
hard.
Ireland and England.
some people don't.
yeah, it's just
The
well,
Odie
it's
doth
all a
protest
part
too
of the
much.
United Kingdom, right? So I mean,
Good night, everybody. No,
All right, Mark on the stream said he was 6 when he saw it, and and there's an emoji, and I can't tell if that's angry or if that's scared. But anyway, it's
That's laughing.
I think that's scary. I think it's scarred.
all right. Scarred,
Yeah.
yeah, not just scared, but scarred. All right, there's another movie that I thought of. I didn't see it as a kid, but I do know some kids who were scared of it, and that was Labyrinth. And Labyrinth, there were some things that were real creepy. The ones who who threw their heads at each
No,
other.
Yeah, the Fireys.
Yeah, and
Fieries.
Hoggle was kind of scary, but he
Little
wasn't
bit.
that bad.
David Bowie's cod
David
piece.
Bowie's creepy.
His cod piece was scary.
Well, that's true. By the
Mm.
way, South Carolina Comic Con a couple years ago, someone dressed as Jareth.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a great cosplay.
That was perfect.
Did
Cod
he,
piece.
did
Yeah.
he remind
By
you
the
of
way,
the babe?
you had a
Yeah.
recent run-in with
Yes.
Power of voodoo.
I have that on my
Labyrinth
Spotify.
being
by
a
the
scary
way. Love
movie
that
for
song.
some people.
Labyrinth, yeah. I mean, yeah, as you said, the Fireys, Ludo could have been scary. Big,
Smell bad.
the little fox, Sir Didymus. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see
Yeah,
it.
Sir
But,
Didymus was a little bit of some nightmare fuel.
but I think
Because it's the mustaches.
Yeah.
I think
It's the twisty
Yeah,
mustache.
yeah,
It's like
it's-
back to-
again, yeah, for sure.
But I think Jim Henson had a knack of doing that. I think he made some fantastic work, but scared the bejesus out of you. That's an Irish word by the name, the bejesus.
Okay.
That's worse than.
That has
being
nothing to do with
scared.
the BGs, right? It's like
Well, you see,
staying alive,
the Western version of Jesus looks like a BG, so maybe
Okay.
it does.
All right, if you say so.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of Barry Gibb maybe in there.
Maybe.
So Chris says the Sinbad movies in the 70s. Yeah, I could see that too. Again,
Yeah, with the
okay.
yeah.
So it was a lot of the monsters were claymation.
They were stop go animation.
Yeah,
Oh.
but still, as a little kid, you're
Yeah,
like,
claymation's
"No,
scary.
But this is way before things got what they are now, and
Legend
you're just like
Trey.
you're just looking at it going, oh my, no.
Let me throw in some 90s kid horror movie for you.
But it's not
Rudolph-
supposed to.
It's not supposed
okay,
to. It's
all right.
not supposed to be. I know. I didn't phrase that entirely correctly. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer special. The abominable snowman.
The Bumble Man.
The Bumble.
Yes.
Scared the crap out
No,
of
it
me when I was
did.
a
He
kid.
was scared.
It
of the
was
Bumble. Yeah.
terrifying.
Think
With
about
the
it.
music
Yeah.
and like it would just crawl up over the mountain, just look at you. I had nightmares for weeks.
Was he
Like-
scarier or toothless? I think he was scarier without teeth.
No, he was scarier with
Okay.
teeth.
See, I saw it as a little kid and it didn't scare me, but I know it scared you because
It
I was
scared the mess
I
out
was
of me,
there.
though.
I was there. I know it scared you.
I cowered. I know I did.
You see, there were Trey says, what was the Tim Curry played the devil? That was legend.
Yes, and it wasn't a devil; he was darkness.
Yeah.
But still, I actually have that movie in the nerd office over there because some people hadn't seen it before, and it's the extended Ridley Scott version, which is better than the original because it's a lot longer and a lot
Yes.
better clips, and that is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, no,
And Tom Cruise did that right before he did Top Gun.
Yeah, he was
Then he
good,
went and
though.
cut his hair.
Yeah, and then he cut his hair, and that was it. Gone.
You don't really mean to eat me, do you, ma'am? Oh, indeed I do.
There was another Tim Curry movie.
I just about went Pappy there for the hag. That would
Did
still
Pappy
work.
There was another Tim Curry movie came out, and I won't say it scared me, but it definitely scared me. It was the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, well,
That's going to scare you.
That's
Yes.
a different kind of fear.
different
yes,
fear.
yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Mark says the Banshee from A Golden Christmas was scary. I think I've seen it. You know what? There's another Banshee that scared me as a kid, scared me to death, and it was supposed to be a kid's movie, and that was Darby O'Gill and,
And
the Little People.
scared me
Yes.
for life.
Yes.
I will not get
Yes.
into a carriage
Yeah,
after
you don't
watching
wanna-
that.
Yeah,
No,
you don't want to do that.
no, but no, see, no. You see, you're looking at it from an American point of view, and I don't mean this geographically, but I kind of do, because there was no way on this planet that the Banshee was going to get on a flight, board an Aer Lingus or a Delta Airlines, and come all the way over here to America just to scream outside somebody's window. It was going to happen in Ireland. 100%. And do you know how many Irish people have said, I've done talk shows on other radio stations back in Ireland about this, of people that have heard the Banshee. We're leaving it right where that, because no.
Hey, you can keep her.
Yeah, that
I
could be your
don't
thing.
want her.
So if you haven't seen it, Sean Connery is the star of it, a young Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And my cousin, Debbie, who moved to South Carolina with us, took me and my sister to see it. And my sister and I, who have seen some really scary movies that we should not have seen, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and things like that,
Oh,
because we were in the back seat at the drive-in and my mom would say, don't look at it. So of course you're going to look, and she's in the movie, not
You don't
noticing
tell
us
me what to
creeping over.
do.
You ain't
Yeah.
the boss of me.
Yeah. And, but we wouldn't see that. I'm like, no. You know what else scared me? The little people scare me a little bit. Yeah.
In Derby or Gill?
Yeah. Just a little bit.
I've got stories I can tell you. I'll tell you off here. Yeah.
All right. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Did you come over here to avoid the Banshee?
All right. The thing is with that, Stephen, Beetlejuice is a horror comedy, I believe. So it was supposed to be a little bit scary. And I can see how it could be as a little kid. And Jaws is an aquatic film.
Jaws, yeah, but it's scary though.
Yes.
But I tell you one thing, with all of this crazy stuff that's happening in the water now,
Yeah.
like with all the killer whales attacking people and sharks actually like going out to attack people now as well. Yeah, I'm not getting in the sea.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos because for some reason Twitter is allowing a bunch of animal videos to just pop up on my feed, including a bunch of shark stuff.
Yeah.
Which
Did you see the guy that got his finger taken off?
No, but I saw a lady who was getting ready to go into the water and then she pulled back and the
she had her
shark came.
fins. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. But yeah. So like I don't believe in magical mystery kind of stuff like that. But
Not
there's
even
been-
the tour?
Well, no, I do. I will roll up for that one.
Okay.
It
was right there, dude.
It was.
I mean, yeah.
There's just
You
there's
teed
a,
him up.
There's a few things that I've seen in Ireland, and I'm not this kind of, oh man, I saw the boogeyman, and like I'm not.
Mhm.
But there's a few things that I've seen, like with my own eyes, and heard, and kind of like,
Banshee.
like I've been around houses when people were on their deathbed, and we've heard things. We've heard doors slamming. Ireland, like they say, it's a mystical country. It is. There's something like there's old people that tell stories about having fairy forts on either side of their house, and they leave all the doors open so that the fairies can walk through. I know, but their houses don't get cold. Their houses don't get robbed. Nothing bad happens to the house because the fairies have a path through it. I know it's
Fairy
I know
forts
it's
could
out there.
mean something totally different, though.
A fairy fort it's a big It's a big ring.
Oh, we're
Like,
not
it's
in New
it's
York,
that
so.
nobody knows anything about.
Okay.
Like we don't know what they are. They're. I'll see if I can find one online.
Oh yes, we're enjoying every second of it, Stephen. Finally, some other
That's-
people who saw Darby O'Gill. I'm just so happy about that.
That's a fairy fort. You can see it there.
Okay.
Fairy fort. Look at anybody online there. Just go
I
and
think
look
I
up.
saw one of those in Skyrim.
Yeah, you would have. That's where like all the mythology comes from. Now, go look up a fairy fort and look up anything about fairy forts. Take a look at it.
If they exist anywhere in this state, they exist on our property somewhere.
I'm telling you, man, crazy stuff. Oh, I need a bed.
I was wondering when Chris was going to ask this.
What did Chris say?
Are there squatches in Ireland?
Sasquatch. No, that's just me, and I left and came to America. Eh?
All right, every year we say we're going to go to the Bigfoot Festival. We need to Cameron, look up on your phone when the Bigfoot Festival happens this year. It's in North Carolina.
Oh, we gotta go. We gotta go.
And they actually take people on Bigfoot hunts.
All right, I'm in.
And Rob Brown has said he would go. I want to go. Odie wants to go. Cameron has no choice.
September 1st
September 1st. We got to do
through
this.
September 3rd.
We could go. So it's on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mhm.
So we could go a Friday night, and then we could talk about it on Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that far away.
Don't forget to talk about 4th of July as well. This is my 5th one. Just saying.
I don't know why that's significant. You just wanted to
Because
hold
it
up all
is.
5 fingers. Cool. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Now I'm not going to do it on purpose. All right, during the break, Odie showed us what a fairy fort is, and chances are you might have one in your yard somewhere.
I mean, they could be.
It's a good possibility. It's a ring of what, stones maybe, or was it?
It's stones, or it's
Or it could be maybe
it's
tree roots.
Yeah, it's trees and plants, but
yeah.
They don't get touched. They don't get. No farmer will do any damage to them. Nobody will do any. They won't, like little ruffians or kids that like to go graffiti and things. Nah, won't go near them. It's just been beaten into us since we were small little nippers. You don't touch a fairy fort. You just don't.
What if you accidentally step on one? Is there something that you do
No,
afterwards?
you can go into them. You can walk into them, but you have to be respectful. And most people are saying now, that Odie fella, he's away with the fairies. But yeah, no.
Well, no, I think most of our listeners they're good with what you're
They're
saying.
with
So
the fairies.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Especially with Ground Zero following us. You should listen to Ground Zero a little bit on your way.
So here's the thing. I'm
way home.
imagining if someone disrespects a fairy fort, the fairies like come in mass with tiny baseball bats and just beat you.
No, they don't do that. They have powers.
They got magical
yeah.
mystery powers.
Chris says, I have gnomes in my yard. Those things are evil, man. Gnomes.
Are they
Gnomes.
red caps?
I don't like gnomes. I don't, maybe it was Fable 2. Was it Fable 2?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes me not like gnomes.
It's just like
'Cause
all
in-
of them
in
just
Fable-
yelling and swearing at you.
In Fable 2, the gnomes will curse at you and stuff till you find them and shoot them.
Oh yes, I remember. I liked Fable.
Yeah, there's a new one coming out pretty soon or eventually.
Yeah, Richard Ayoade dies in the trailer.
Yeah, I still don't think it has anything to do with it.
No, I think it's just promotional stuff.
All right, well, let's talk about some other stuff. Odie wants to talk about the 4th of July, but we're going to get there in just a second because one of the things about the 4th of July
In 2 days,
is maybe you're going to. It's more than 2 days. It's like 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
because it is.
One of the things that you're going to do on the 4th of July, a lot of people do, is they cook out or they eat. Maybe they go to a baseball game and they have hot dogs. And we talked about this a little bit on the Rob Brown show, starring Rob Brown and myself.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
Hot diggity dog.
Pepsi is coming out with something. You can only get this at a ballpark, and maybe you can, if you're at a ballpark, maybe you can. Have you ever been to a baseball game?
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right. So
I'm sorry.
when you go to a baseball game, you're supposed to get.
I liked it.
When you go to baseball games, you're supposed to get hot dogs,
We did.
and they've come up with Pepsi ketchup. Would you put Pepsi ketchup on your hot dog?
That's a very personal question, Lonzo. But
Yes,
yes, I would.
It's called Pepsi Cola Chip.
Pepsi
Or Cola Chip. Cola Chup. As in Pepsi Cola Chup. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pepsi Cola Chup. It's not a good name. It really is not. Pepsi. It's only going to be available at Chase Field in Phoenix, Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, Target Field in Minneapolis, also known as Minneapolis, and Comerica Park in Detroit. The thing is, though, if it catches on, if the Pepsi ketchup catches on, it might end up at a grocer near you. And if it does, we will bring it in here and we will try it, because that's what we do. We try stuff like that. Yes.
Nothing can be worse than ranch ice cream.
Well, yeah, ranch ice cream was the worst. There was it was either sheep's cheese or goat cheese that I had to have the trash can. I can't remember. We did an entire cheese tasting of a bunch of cheese that Chris brought in. It was like this big cardboard pack that you pull out and cheese is in it. And most of them were pretty good, but one not so good for me. And some of it got on Chris as I tried to get to the trash can. It was
He had a long beard at the time.
Yeah,
too,
it was.
so
Yeah,
like
it was.
the mess got in.
We
there.
found it eventually.
Have you tried donkey cheese?
I have not, and I'm afraid of what donkey cheese is.
What, pray tell, is donkey cheese?
Donkey cheese is actually it's a cheese made from the milk of donkeys. Like it is, and it's all right. So cheese, like fancy cheeses, are expensive. Can you guess for 1 kilogram, which is what, a third of a pound?
You tell us. I don't know what the conversion rate is.
So we'll say about a third of a pound. Can you guess how much it is?
This is America.
Yeah, we don't talk that fancy French stuff. Can you guess how much? We'll say a pound. We'll say 1 pound of donkey cheese. Can you guess how much it costs to buy?
All right, in American dollars,
yes.
I'm guessing. Okay, I'm going to go with $25.
No. Cameron?
Are we talking like a wheel, or are we talking like how?
He said a chunk.
About a pound of cheese.
Pound of cheese. $15.
Try 1,500.
Okay, all right. Is it laced with gold or
no? It's just hard to milk a donkey.
We got. We did. We got.
No, seriously. Like there's a guy, and he makes it's. I think it's in the UK somewhere. He makes. No, it's in Spain. He makes donkey cheese. He really does.
All right. So I can't look on my computer, but Cameron, you need to look up. I think we got.
I'm worried about this.
I really believe we got. And you go look up donkey cheese. But listen,
Should I put Spanish donkey cheese?
No,
or
just donkey cheese and see what happens. I'm not going to do it on it. Then
Odie's about to prove.
All right, information collector says
it's called pure.
1 pound is about 3 kilograms. That's what. By the way, welcome back, information collector. I'm still going to do that because I want to know what you're thinking.
Okay, so I was wrong. It's called Pule cheese, Pule cheese, and it is $1,300 a kilo.
Wow.
Yeah,
he is definitely telling the truth.
See, you see. It's facts I bring to this show.
All right. So here's the other thing. Here's the other reason why we check the facts is because in case there are listeners out there who had doubts like I did, now we can say that it's absolutely the truth because you talked about doing stand-up in Germany.
Yeah.
You could be doing stand-up on us right now. And, I don't know.
I've said 1,000 times in my lifetime that the truth is always more interesting and a hell of a lot more funny.
Well, that's for true. I'm never eaten. Well, actually, I would try donkey cheese. Because if it's that expensive, I'm probably at a fancy party. And if I'm at a fancy party, it's weird. Yeah, I've had chocolate ants before.
I've had scorpion. Chocolate scorpion.
Yeah, but which part of do they take the stinger out?
Yeah, you hold the stinger. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't need to. Okay.
I think like the weirdest thing I've had is like eel.
Oh man, that's rotten.
I actually liked it.
Yeah. Information collector says, wait, donkey cheese has PU in the official name. Apparently it does. All right. Continuing on with food, I'm curious. Irish pizza. Yeah. Is there Irish pizza? He'll gather himself in a minute.
The information collector said, how much for squirrel cheese? I can just imagine somebody milking a squirrel.
Yeah, that just makes me think of milking a cat and
to meet the fuckers.
Yes. Easy with that one. He did say it correctly.
This derailed in a way that I was not anticipating.
So
Irish pizza, yes, there is Irish pizza. There is some absolutely fantastic Irish pizza because Ireland, being in Europe, is full of Italians, like real Italians, like first generation came over on the aircraft Italians, and they make real Italian pizza.
So now the boat that came over on.
I mean, we're not back.
Wasn't a gondola that just like
I don't know.
shifted?
I mean, the migration may have happened a long time. Well, it could have. I mean,
Yeah, that's
there was a
it.
reason to go.
Oh yes, the minor
Whatever direction.
migration of Italians
So-
in 2000.
So I'm
Hey,
curious.
we're gonna go to Ireland. We're gonna open up some pizzerias, and Mama's gonna be so proud, eh?
There we go. So what style crust is Ireland pizza? Irish pizza.
Pizza crust.
Thank you very much. So
As descriptive
thickness.
as we were.
So there are different styles of pizza crust. There's,
Okay, so
there's Chicago style. There's New York style. There's a couple different. There are different styles of pizza.
so the ones that you get if you go to a restaurant and get it, it's the traditional. It's kind of like, it's not a round pizza. It could be oval. It's pretty much whatever way the chef made it. And that's the way your pizza. But like you've got, Goodfellas and all that kind of stuff. You've got the brand pizzas like
There's a Goodfellas pizza.
Dr. Oetker pizzas.
No idea.
We've
Does
got
anyone
our-
get whacked after?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
it's
gonna
just-
eat the pizza. We're gonna come around to your house and make you wish you did. Okay.
There used to be a chain of Godfather's pizzas here, but they
Yeah.
went out-
They
They went.
yeah.
So they still exist over there.
Similar to that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right.
I mean, everything is a little bit different. Like Irish Coca-Cola is made with real sugar. It's like the Mexican Coke over here, which is great. I like it. But yeah, so but the pizza crusts, they're nice.
well, I'm more of a thin crust guy. That's why I'm
It
asking.
would be, yeah, it
and,
would be, yeah.
and also a sauce. Is it a sweet sauce? Is it got a kick to it? It just
No, it will be sweet. It's a little bit sweet tomato sauce or tomato sauce, if you want to call it that. Whichever you want.
yeah. Let's call the whole thing off.
Let's call
S- Um,
it. We need to take a break. That's what we need to do.
no, we don't.
Do we
We
not?
got time.
Okay.
You don't tell me. Yeah, it floats like we all do down here.
We got a floater.
Yes. Because I'm in the middle of talking about something.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
mm.
so topping of choice. We're learning things here. This is like international time.
Topping and choice will be ham, cheese.
Is that the most popular over there?
No, this is mine.
Okay, but what's the most popular?
Potatoes.
Potatoes on your pizza.
No.
It could be.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, you
Here's the thing:
could,
we would
that's-
just probably guess the
Yeah, that's-
stereotype on that.
That's
but-
just carbs and carbs. You walk into a pizzeria. Hey, you walk into Domino's. Hey, how you doing? Can I get some potato and Guinness on that, please? Thank you very much. You could.
I mean,
How are
it
we going to
doesn't
put
mean
the
they won't.
Guinness in there?
Well,
Just
so
stick
it's a
the
good
bottle on
thing
top
that you
of the
mentioned
pizza, or-
Domino's, though, because Domino's has just come up with a thing where they will deliver a pizza anywhere
Really?
to you. And because we all know, especially those who listen to talk radio, that your phone is always listening. So your phone can tell people where you are no matter what,
Yeah.
including Domino's.
Domino's.
So there's an app. Yeah. I'm not going to ask for a pizza because someone will bring us a pizza and we don't need to do that because listeners are really cool. They really
they
are.
are really
They-
cool.
they
I've
really
seen
are.
that already.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
So Domino's has a thing where you download an app and you can order the pizza and they will bring it to the area. And when they get to the area, the deliverer will text you and tell you where you are. Then you put up like a thing, push button on your phone, and it will ping them and tell them exactly where you are. He's losing it.
I think the stream broke ODA.
No, the text messages that are coming in.
All right. So anyway, Domino's will be able to deliver you to you wherever you are. All right.
Yeah.
Text line 71307.
I
You know what
can't-
we're going to
yeah.
do?
I can't read them out.
We're going to get to them maybe after the break. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I think Steven's wanting to get us a pizza.
Do what? Steven, dude.
Don't do it.
No. Steven will do that too. That would be really cool, but that's not necessary.
So I've worked in radio for about 20 years. Right? I worked in.
By the way, come back with your roundtable instead of a rejoin.
Yep.
You can continue talking.
Where is Roundtable?
It should be on the second row somewhere.
Be right back.
I think it's more to the left.
Not seeing it. New.
Maybe you could if you don't know where you are. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Placid signs of Chris. No.
It's right there. I mean,
It says nerd or.
yeah. Well,
So
put that instead of the rejoin. Yeah, I mean that is a information collector. That's an idea. You don't know where you are. You're lost. You order a pizza, and then the pizza guy shows up, and then you say, "Okay, where are we exactly?" And then you get a pizza, and you know where you
And he
are.
might bring you home.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
No, as I was saying, I've worked in radio for about 20 years, give or take, doing lots of different stuff in radio. And I can safely say I have never had an audience this cool between that and the text messages. I've never actually had it where I've gone into a fit of giggles from the audience. So y'all are amazing. Y'all rock. I'm privileged to have.
All right. Don't get the big head.
No,
Okay, you guys are all right. You okay?
Yeah, no,
really, you're
never
awesome.
mind him.
You are
Never
awesome.
mind. Y'all are amazing. You really are. Literally the best audience I've had.
This is why we don't take calls, and the fact that the callers are all drunk. But it's true because when we first started, we started doing this before anybody else did, and people latched onto it, and we had a lot of fun with the text line and with the stream. So
no, I have great fun. As long as you keep me coming in, I can stay doing this show.
Hey, you're scheduled indefinitely.
Yes.
I know the guy who does it.
Oh yeah, cool. We're good, so.
All right, so I almost got noobed because I am. There's no window for me. I did not speak before I reached around and you were going to turn my mic on, which would have saved me. Don't save me.
No,
do not save me.
I wasn't going to help you out.
You're not getting any points if you do.
No.
Okay, I mean, I'm not going to say thank you. I'm going to say why did you do that? Because if I, if I deserve it, I need to get it.
There are no brownie points with this man.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, there are. It involves food probably.
Brownies.
I moved this. Well, no, come on now, because we don't know what people will put in those. So no, I don't want any brownies. Okay, no brownies.
We got some good brownies here, man.
All right, so we are going to talk about something in the roundtable because this is where you debate. The table not quite round today because we need that fourth person, but that's fine. The audience can be the fourth person.
Is the table the people or is the table the table? Because the table here is kind of round.
Yeah, well, anyway, we are round and we're kind of at a table.
It's a figurative table?
It could be any, yes.
Is it existing and not existing at the same time? Are we talking about both the people and the table? Or?
The round table is an interdimensional object which exists on all planes at one time. All right, so
a lot of people are stubbing their toe.
The French president, Emmanuel Macron, he's dealing with riots right now. We're not going to get into the riots themselves because there's, as Michael Caine said, some people just want to see the world burn, and that, even though it's a line in a movie, it's the truth.
Some people just want to see the world burn, Mr. Bruce.
Exactly, and there are people out there just waiting for a reason to go out and catch something on fire, and
we don't condone that.
We do not, unless you like got a campfire going and you got like a nice acoustic guitar and maybe some s'mores. We definitely condone that. Yes, s'mores are good. S'mores are awesome. They have s'mores in Ireland.
No,
that was just
I need to get a Samuel L. Jackson sting for that.
Yeah, yeah. That wouldn't work there. All right, so Emmanuel Macron Macron is
Macron.
He is placing the blame for the civil unrest squarely on the shoulders of video games.
Oh, sacre bleu.
He says most of the 917 rioters who were arrested Thursday night were young people. Macron says some as young as 13, and Macron says he doesn't believe children that age don't get violent ideas with some outside influence. We sometimes have the feeling that some of them, all right, it's probably more Spanish than French, I don't know.
Yeah.
Are living in the streets of the video games that have intoxicated them. So here's what he's doing. He's blaming the civil unrest in his country on video games. We have heard this throughout time since there was media around to report it about the influence of popular things on the youth. We heard about it as far that rock and roll music and that evil Elvis Presley up there doing what he's doing with his hips is going to corrupt the youth.
Oh no, he's gyrating.
Speaking of Elvis Presley, make sure you tune in to the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special, where I'm sure Elvis will be making another appearance.
We're halfway there.
Yes, we are. We're halfway to Christmas karaoke, already planning that. So anyway, he's blaming it on video games. And we've also heard, back in the day, I was there. I never played Dungeons and Dragons as a youth because of it being said it was a gateway to the demonic realm. And so wasn't allowed to play. Come to find out a little bit later, it's just about your imagination. And if your imagination is a door to the demonic realm, I'm in trouble.
Also, just as a side note with that, most of the games I've played, you're killing demons.
Yes.
It's like a general rule of
Yes.
you don't make deals with them. You don't talk to them.
Yeah, you just cut that
just
thing's
kill
head
them.
off. That's violent. Yeah, it's evil. It was
Yes.
trying to kill me, and so I killed it.
And you save the town.
So this goes back to, and the next generation is going to come. Something's going to happen, and it's going to get blamed on something that's popular. And it's annoying. So my question to the stream and to the texters is 71307.
Yep.
Can something popular media wise or otherwise cause you to go out and do things? Can rock and roll music cause you to go out and kill someone? I mean, you can bring up Helter Skelter, but okay, that wasn't the reason why.
No, that was just a backdrop.
Yes. You can bring up video games. Do video games desensitize you to violence?
No.
They can in a little bit. But that's there's certain games that parents shouldn't let their kids play until they reach a certain age. That's why they have the ESRB ratings on them. And so in some cases that's just bad parenting.
Yeah.
But there are movies out there. Oh, I watched this movie and now I feel like I need to go kill someone. No.
That was already there.
Yeah, that's something that you already have. Have you been, Odie? Have you been
Yes.
compelled by after you heard like some Judas Priest or something? Because
Yes.
obviously you're a metalhead.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. If you did you feel the need to go out and catch something on fire or hurt somebody?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just
No,
never
the
know.
only thing that metal music or rap or any music has compelled me to do was to go out and learn how to play the song on guitar. That's it. It's never. I've never felt the need to go out.
It's like 3 power chords.
Yeah, that's all they are. But I've never felt the need to go out after listening to Led Zeppelin backwards to start worshiping Satan. It's just. I think it's just squares, man, who don't want us to listen to cool things.
Bringing it back to the 60s. I like it.
Don't
I
be
remember
a
those days
square.
vaguely.
If you were in Vietnam and you were smoking the devil's lettuce, you're not a square, man.
It's like Squaresville, Daddy-O.
Well, you could check out when Pappy was in Vietnam on Dragon Pudding.
All right. Yes. Dragon Pudding. Check it out on YouTube and see Pappy Plays videos. Also co-starring Leroy, who's a little bit less every single time. He loses a little more of his mind. Kind of like the person who voices him.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit. All right. Magic the Gathering. I'm speaking of games that are probably a gateway to the demonic realm. Magic the Gathering has just sold a card for how much, Cameron?
$2 million.
All right, you saw it.
I did.
All right, $2 million. It's a Lord of the Rings card. It's the One Ring, and it's just been validated. They're selling it for 200. There it is. And in the darkness, bind them.
You haven't aged today.
Yes. Not one day. That was very good. I'm not going to ask you to say you shall not pass because
You shall not pass.
he can't do it as angrily as he needs to because he would have to back off the
Pop
mic.
the microphones.
Yes.
I can do
So-
that. I can
so-
be Gandalf.
You shall not pass. Tell you what.
So punch that Balrog right in the face.
So when your kids want to play Magic the Gathering and you go, nah, I'm not going to do that. Just keep in mind, they could have a card that they pulled out of that pack worth $2 million. They could do that. So this is something to look at, something to think about next time you go, nah, I'm not letting you do that. All right. I'm throwing in some video game stuff in here too, because it's very important. And this is important to everyone in this room because we discussed this last week. And I think you guys are going to be happy about this. I was. Ubisoft is reportedly working on an Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake.
Oh. Oh, that's just got me slightly
They
aroused.
are remaking the Black Flag game. It seems almost too recent to be remade, but think about what they can do with next gen consoles.
Oh, absolutely.
Why are you flashing your?
My Jolly Roger.
I didn't see the Jolly Roger.
Ah.
All I saw was it looked like VFW.
I was going to say, I didn't look, so I was just assuming
It's
that was
got
a
a glance of
euphemism.
letters.
I
and
just
it could have been
pulled-
Van Halen. I don't know.
I removed some clothes and showed the listeners my Jolly Roger.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were all grateful for that or scarred. So anyway, pumped, excited about that happening. That is really, really cool. Let's see. Gollum came out, the video game.
Yeah.
And it was bad. Apparently,
dumpster
it was
fire
really
of a
bad.
game.
So bad that the video.
Access my precious
Yes.
my love.
Exactly. The video game company now no longer is making video games. So
They don't
So-
deserve to. After
so
what I've seen.
my
of that.
question for you, the text line, and everyone on the stream: what is the worst game you ever played, but kept on playing? No, not yet. Not yet. There's a reason why. Not till 48.
Okay.
Not till 48. You jumped the gun there. What is the worst game that you ever played, but you kept on playing? Because you felt obligated to go ahead and beat the game.
I don't think nothing comes to mind for me.
To me, it's Divinity 1,
Oh,
which was really bad. Which was really, really bad. But Larian got better.
yes, Larry got a lot better.
They got a lot better.
Which we'll be
but-
talking about that later.
The Divinity 1, not that good, but I kept on playing it.
Mm.
There's been a couple games that I played. It's not like ET on Atari, which was, they buried it out in the desert and people went out to find it. I did play some games on Atari that were really bad, like the Indiana Jones game on Atari was not good. There are some other games, but it was Atari. It's the beginning of the video game revolution, and things were not that good back then.
Nope.
But for us, they were great. But what is that game that you played that you go, oh, this is bad, but I spent $50 on this thing. Now it would be $90 on that thing. And so I'm just going to continue playing it.
We got a texter that says Pong.
Yeah, but Pong didn't count. It was the first game.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it was
you may
terrible.
have went, oh, this is bad. This video game thing. This is not going to take off. I don't know what they're doing. Let me go read a book.
How old does the game have to be, as a texter says? Dealer's choice.
As long as when it came, Pong is the original. So anything between Pong and now.
Okay.
There we go. That should cover it. But in Larian's case, they are coming out with Baldur's Gate 3,
Yes.
which has just been said. You can go ahead and hit it now. 157 hours of cinematics. 157 hours of cinematics. That's a video game.
That's video game.
I mean, will that take you a year to watch them? because
I am so looking forward to
cinematics
this
come
game.
in between gameplay, and it's just
Well, the other thing is they could be counting the
Pac-Man.
dialogue.
I get that, Matt. Pac-Man, not that good, but you put a bow on that thing, man. That's an amazing difference. All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. All right, here's why. Take it to 48 or 49, so you can blend lightning round music with the other music. Okay. 7 to 8 minutes long. So it's more about the blending of beds.
That one there? No.
It should be in right there.
Oh, yeah.
And put that in channel 2. And so when that gets done playing, you play that, and then a 5850 you crossfade.
Oh, yeah. So I keep that up.
Right.
Okay.
So that last break is always going to be, I'm going to take it a little bit later. So the fade will work.
I got you.
Because if not, then there's space and it just sounds better with the crossfade.
I got you.
I'll have to imagine the cross.
Any racing game. You know what? I got Chris. I kind of got, there was a time when what was it? Was it Forza 1 or something? My entire band was over and we all played the game, and we played it with everybody had to drive around a pacer. I forget who made the pacer. It was like from Wayne's World. We all had to drive the worst car on the thing because if you drive the worst car on the thing, you know what you're going to prove?
Yeah.
Who has the best driving
Yeah.
skills. So you don't have the advantage of, oh, he got the faster car. It's how good can you race? So everyone had to drive the worst car on the thing. Frogger's frustrating, man.
Frogger is, yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very frustrating.
I want to say to Chris, Chris, he lifted up my day and made everything right with the world. He said, "You are officially the best Irishman I know," and then he followed it with, "You are the only Irishman I know." Thanks, Chris. I know I'm going messing.
Is that Wolfenstein or Wolverstein?
Welcome to Wolverstein.
It's listen, man, autocorrect and stuff.
Wolfenstein
And
is
Wolfenstein is not something that people normally spell, so I get it.
Wolfenstein is just Doom before Doom.
Yeah, and I got a couple Wolfenstein games, but I never could really get into them. I don't know why. That's close. Yeah. What, you're saying that's actually Wolverstein?
I'm typing that in.
You said Castle Wolverstein, so maybe it is actually.
Do I come back in with the lightning round music?
Yes,
I do.
you do.
Okay.
So
yeah,
play
yeah,
it
yeah,
into as the break ends.
Yeah. So when it comes down to 0, hit it.
That's when you do it. Oh, my fault, dude.
Hmm?
I wasn't taking offense. No, I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the best speller either.
Wolverstein.
And sometimes autocorrect thinks that you're spelling something wrong because it's a name of something and it's not.
So it'll just automatically think that you're, not doing it right.
Happens to me all the time, which doesn't work well. And well, actually, no, there are a few good spellers in here. They all make a lot of money.
Can't even read.
Not, yeah. Us, we don't have to spell right.
You sure look pretty though.
So I say I just doodle professionally, so I don't know what you're talking about. It's just always fun to say to new people.
Mr. Nelson, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Nelson.
It's not good, information collector. But we're too macho to use umbrellas, so it doesn't. I got one in my car. That's just for my wife. Because, again, I'm not joking. I'm too macho to wear the umbrella unless I'm dressed really nice. Now, when I go to the Star Wars, I'm dressed in a cowboy hat and either a poncho or a duster.
Oh, you won't need
can
it.
only strike twice so
That's
many
true.
times.
All right, it is lightning round time. W has spoken, although lightning might strike in the same place twice today. It's a very active sky out there tonight, so be careful.
Very careful.
All right. You know how I've railed against the rising of the AI, which I will continue. I'm no longer on the soapbox or a mountaintop alone. Many have joined me there. Prominent voices such as Tara and Charlie James. And those people are more respected than me. I don't know why. So when I did it, it was just a joke. But now these guys come out and say it, and everybody's like, it must be true. But anyway, I'll just eat my pickle as the mountain explodes. If you get the reference, you get it. I'm gonna praise an AI. I am going to praise an AI. The AI I'm going to praise. A California man has come up with an app that helps people deal with telemarketers, not by blocking them, but by giving them a taste of their own medicine. Jolly Roger, which developer Roger Anderson offers on subscription basis, uses artificial intelligence to trick telemarketers into thinking they're speaking to a real person. Anderson says the goal is to keep telemarketers on the line as long as possible to waste their time, just like they were trying to waste the victim's time. Anderson, who charges an annual fee of $25 for the service, says he has several thousand subscribers. So what it does, it makes the telemarketer think that they're actually talking to a person, and it keeps them on the line. And you know what? While they're talking to that artificial intelligence, they're not talking to you.
There you go.
That is fantastic.
So I am, I'm okay with
Here's the thing: if
with
it's
that.
well implemented, then it's great. If it's unrestricted and you're just letting it go wild,
Now,
that's a bad idea.
If it's using your own voice, I have a problem with it because you're just that close to being replaced, replicated, pod people, aliens, something. Let's see. Superman, the new Superman by James Gunn. They have cast they've cast Superman and they have cast Lois Lane. It is David Cornsweet. I guess that's how you say it. And Rachel Brosnahan. So two
Does
people
corn sweat.
I have. I think it
It
could,
does if you put it on the grill.
yes, it does. And then
It's also screaming. Too.
but if it's sweating on the grill, then you're probably losing some juice, and it probably won't taste as good, unless you want to turn it into those things that people hang on poles during Halloween, the miscolored Indian corn.
oh
stuff,
yeah,
which I think is just dried out corn. I've never made dried corn before, but I'm guessing that's what they do. Actually, I have. It's called popcorn.
I can see him as Superman. He's got the look.
He does have the look. I think the problem is, no, here was it Roxette that did he? She's got the look.
sounds about right.
I am worried.
I still don't know what a raindrop. I don't know what he.
Tasted like a raindrop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have you
What
ever,
does that mean?
have you ever tasted a raindrop before?
Yes.
Yes, but how does that apply to a woman?
I think it. Well,
It doesn't.
all right.
Moving
So
on.
let's go back to Superman. Here's the problem. So when someone replaces your favorite Superman of all time, which I think Henry Cavill to me is my favorite Superman of all time, I think immediately you're going to go, yeah, but Cavill did this. And Trey says this dude's 6'4", so that's accurate. Yeah, he should be pretty tall.
6'4" and 29 years of age.
See, the problem is you see that chiseled jaw from Henry Cavill. This guy, not so much.
He's still got a chiseled jaw.
Well, not
More
like
chiseled
Cavill,
than
though.
my jaw is.
Well, there's that. I don't know. You got beard on. You could have a chiseled jaw underneath there. There's
about 4 jaws under that beard.
Yeah. Well,
The man of many hidden jaws.
and counting depending on what you're eating tonight. I don't like the Lois Lane, and I'm okay with Superman. I don't see my problem is I think Lois Lane needs to be prettier. I didn't like Margot Kidder. I didn't think she was pretty enough. The Lois Lane depicted in it's just not about eye candy and all. Yeah, it is. You also got to go Superman being attracted to that person. I think she needs to be prettier.
I think she is pretty. I don't know what you're
Um,
talking about.
To me, the best Lois Lane of all time is probably going to shock you, but for me, it's Kate Bosworth
I'm trying to remember. But
from Superman Returns.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
She was very pretty.
All right.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at this
Well-
new Rachel Brosnahan, and she's not a bad looking girl.
Exactly.
I didn't say she was ugly. I didn't say. I mean, she's better than Margot Kidder. I just hope she has the attitude of Lois Lane too.
That's what I say. That's
Yeah, I
just
think
as
that's
important.
It is. It is. I know how I'm sounding like. Why are you talking about? Because I think the matchup
No,
has to
no,
be a certain way.
I get it.
And-
The other thing is like there needs to be enough of the ratio to have her be as feisty as Lois Lane, but also have the look of it.
Yes, absolutely. Mark says agree 100%. Trey says bring back Smallville's Lois Lane, and I agree there too. I loved her because I don't know what the word is for her, but whatever it is, I'm not talking about her looks. I'm talking about her attitude and how she played the character.
Feisty.
As far as that goes, she was the perfect Lois Lane. Although the newer Superman that's on TV right now, that Lois Lane, she's pretty good too.
Yeah.
As far as being
It's
Lois
having-
Lane like.
It's having like the attitude of not backing down, but not doing it in a way that's annoying.
All right. And finally, Dune Part 2 trailer is out, and it looks pretty good. But it's been so long since the last Dune was out.
It's just like any other sequel, Dad.
Yeah, I know. But when you put Part 1, you think Part 2 would be out the next year.
How much stuff do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a while to make that movie.
Okay, whatever. But Christopher Walken's in it. So, I mean,
Yeah, so why wouldn't you want
There's
to go
that.
see it?
You gotta go see the movie.
He's the emperor of the universe.
yes, he is the Emperor of the Universe. Thanks for everybody for participating in the show, on the stream, on the text line. We love you guys. Have a happy 4th of July. Sorry we didn't get to that, Odie.
It's all right.
And we
5 years.
will talk to you and see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
See ya.
This is why we need that third hour. Thank you, Chris. We had a third hour.
Yes,
We
we
could
do.
get to everything.
There's a lot of stuff. We probably need a 4th hour.
I don't know. We've done some where we continued online
Yeah.
afterwards, but that's more a matter of feel, and I don't feel like it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's still a lot of stuff we need to talk about.
There is, but you know what? A lot of that stuff can be moved to next week.
Yeah, it can.
It's like to be continued, like the show. Goodbye, Odie. Say goodbye.
I will. Oh, if anybody wants to follow me on this thing,
Oh, there
I'm
we
on
go.
Odie
Look at you.
Fitzgerald. You can get me on that
Okay.
on the Facebooks.
You want to spell your last
You
name?
just type in Odie and then FITZGERALD. You'll find me on that. ODI, and then you'll find the rest of it.
Thank you, Trey.
What did Trey say?
Yes, the universe gets more cowbell. Absolutely. All right, say goodbye,
Have a
Cameron.
Oh, where's my cowbell gone?
Goodbye.
That's cowbell.
Dude,
Little
you gotta
cowbell.
play the
Why do you
cowbell,
look
man.
so
Play the
confused while doing
cowbell.
More cowbell.
Emphasis.
You're not
There we
moving,
go.
You're not moving your hips. You got to move your hips when you do that.
Needs to be some gyration
Yeah,
with that
and
cowbell.
we also got to see some belly hair. There we go.
Oh, no.
All right. See you guys next week.
Welcome to the Pulse
Bye-bye.
After Dark.
Have a happy 4th of July.
Yeah, see y'all later.